In sooth, Fulk III was a man who confused even the most opinionated scribes. One moment he was erecting monasteries with saintly zeal, the next he is burning a rival's holding to ash. His reign stretched over half a century, long enough for every monk in Anjou to invent a new anecdote, most of them contradictory. Anjou in Fulk's day was a frontier of perpetual irritation. Odo of Blois snarled from the east, Brittany glowered from the west, and Normandy kept one eye on the Loire. Fulk's alliance with the Capetians gave him leverage but not peace. Peace was not fashionable in Anjou. At Conquereuil, Fulk struck hard enough to end a ducal line. Conan I of Brittany fell, and Brayton's succession wobbled under regency. The chroniclers, of course, linger lovingly on the Duke's demise. They always do when someone sufficiently titled expires on the field. Langeais rose in 994, a stone rebuke aimed squarely at Blois. Fulk understood that castles speak louder than treaties. Every tower he built was a message. I am here, and I intend to stay. The neighbors naturally objected, loudly and ineffectively. Fulk's pilgrimages, 4 of them, if the scribes have not invented an extra, were part devotion, part diplomacy, and part escape. The 1008 journey was said to be penance for murder, though the chroniclers differ on which murder. In 1035 he traveled with Robert of Normandy, proving that even counts need companions on long roads. At Pontlevoy, Fulk and Albert of Maine finally taught Odo of Blois the lesson he had been avoiding for years. Odo's forces broke, fled, and left the field to Anjou. It was a decisive moment. The Loire Valley began to tilt toward the Angevins. Elisabeth of Vendôme met a grim fate, burned for adultery, though the evidence is as thin as most monastic gossip. Their daughter Adele married Baudon of Vendôme, producing Bochart and Fulk, a quiet branch of the family, but genealogies have long memories. Hildegarde de Sungau brought calm to the count's household, a rare achievement. Through her came Geoffrey II, the successor, and Ermengarde Blanche, whose marriages would entangle Anjou with Gâtinais and Burgundy. For once, the chroniclers record a union without flames. Ermengarde Blanche was a genealogical hinge, first Countess of Gâtinais, then Duchess of Burgundy. She stitched Anjou into 2 noble fabrics. Her daughter Hildegarde married Jocelyn of Courtenay, whose line flowed into Joigny. Meanwhile, Geoffrey and Fulk of Gâtinais would shape the next generation of Angevin ambition. Geoffrey II inherited the county, but it was his sons who carried the tale forward. Geoffrey III stumbled through his rule, while Fulk IV rebuilt the dynasty's strength. From Fulk IV came Fulk V, yes, the future king of Jerusalem. Thus from Fulk the Black's ashes and altars rose a line that would trouble half of Christendom. From Fulk's long feud and fires that scarred the Loire, next we face the house of Blois, vexing foes once more.